Hi everyone, my name's Laura and I'm an account manager here at thisislanguage.com. I wanted to put together this quick video to look at our brand new speaking feature. I'm going to talk a little bit about how it works and why it works in the way it does as well, so you can start using it with your students. When you log into thisislanguage.com, you'll arrive on this page, your home page. The speaking feature is found behind this blue speaking button on a teacher's homepage. It's worth letting you know at this point that when your students log into thisislanguage.com, while they can navigate through all of our videos, vocab, grammar, and nutty tiles features, they can't access the speaking feature independently. A speaking task must be assigned to your students in order for them to access the feature. The reason for this will be clear later on as we look at how it works. So, if you do want to assign a speaking task to your students, you click on this blue speaking button on your homepage. Speaking tasks are made up of 4 different kind of parts, if you like. So first off, there's you as the teacher assigning the speaking task to your students, choosing the question prompt and also the grading criteria that will be a part of that assignment. Next up then, your students log in and they complete the assignment. They record their response to the question prompt that you've chosen for them to answer. Next up then, it's back to you as the teacher and you'll log in and you'll grade those responses based on the set grading criteria that you chose at the beginning when you assigned the task. And the final step then is that the students log into their profiles again and they can take a look at that detailed feedback that you've provided for them. So all of the feedback is completely personalised as well, which is lovely. So yeah, back to assigning the speaking task. You'll click on the speaking button on your homepage and you'll be put through to this page. On this page, all you're doing is choosing a question prompt for your students to respond to. You can choose a question prompt from our library of questions. So this is the same as the questions that we ask our native speakers in our video section, and they're organised thematically. Choose a theme that's relevant to you, and then select one of the tags that follow that theme to narrow it down further. You can also input your own question prompt for your students to respond to. You just click on this new question button at the top here, type in your question, click add a new question, and that question then will be added to your question library on the left-hand side here. For the purposes of this demonstration, I'm going to choose a question from our question library, and you'll see why in just a moment. So let's look at free time and leisure and choose cinema as an example. You select a question then from the drop-down list. And if you do choose a question from our question library, you then have the option of choosing up to 3, if you wish, kind of model answer videos for your students to take inspiration from. These videos are just native speakers answering that very same question. So it'll give your students a chance to take a little bit of inspiration from those videos and kind of mold together listening and speaking. Select up to 3 if you wish. As a teacher, if you do want to take a look at the video before you choose it as a model answer, just click on the thumbnail of the video here. Then you click assign. Just like with all of the other assignments on thisislanguage.com, you select the class you'd like to set the work for. You select the maximum length that you'd like their response to be. So we have 4 options there for you. You select the due date of the assignment. And here at the bottom then, you can include some additional notes for your students. So guidance on vocab you'd like them to include or tenses you'd like them to use, anything like that. Then you click next. And this little section here, this is why students cannot access the speaking feature independently at the moment. So as I mentioned earlier, the speaking feature is not automatically marked, but we have tried to make it as easy and as quick for you as possible to kind of grade those responses. So here in front of you then we've got a general kind of grading rubric for you to use if you wish. You can give each of the 4 categories in front of you here a different weighting. You can remove categories, you can add categories, you can do whatever you like with that. Or if you wish, we've also input the exam board grading criteria here for you. So you can just click on this grading criteria box at the top and select your exam board from the drop-down list. And then this page will automatically populate with your exam board grading criteria. Hopefully that will be handy. You click Set Assignment, and then it's over to your students. So, as you can see in front of you, I've now logged in as a student to thisislanguage.com. The first thing the student needs to do is to check that they're using the correct language platform. They just click on the language flag beside their avatar in the top right hand corner and select the relevant language platform from the drop down list. Then, instead of looking at their feed, which will soon disappear, the students head to this dedicated assignments log. So on the right hand side here, there'll be a running kind of notification system to show them how many tasks they have to complete. They click View, and their assignments will be organised by due date then in front of them. So here's the speaking assignment that we assigned earlier. They click Go to Task. The first thing they're shown then is the written question prompt at the top, the maximum length that their response can be, and they'll also be shown a breakdown of that grading criteria that you've chosen for them, so they know what's expected of them in this assignment. And any of the additional instructions you included in that initial kind of assigning of the task will be popped at the bottom here too. They click Next, and they'll work their way through the example answers that you've chosen for them. They can read the transcript if they wish and pick out some key phrases from within that transcript to use in their own response. They flick through all 3 of the example answers, and then they'll arrive in our recording studio. The question prompt is at the top, again, for them to remind them of what the question was in case they've forgotten. And all of our questions are asked by a cultural icon. So we have a big library of cultural icons on there to prompt a bit of discussion in the classroom and get your students chatting, hopefully. The timer is in the middle, so they'll see the maximum length of their response again, and they click Start. So at this stage, students can record their response as many times as they like. So they just click Stop, and they can hit re-record if they wish. They can listen back to their response as well as many times as they like. However, as soon as they click Submit, it's over to you to grade the response. And I'll show you how to do that now. So I'm back on my thisislanguage.com teacher account. And to find the results for the task I assigned, I click on this assignments button on my homepage like I would with every other set task. I click View Class next to the class that the assignment was for, find the task on the list, and click View Results. At the top of this page then, you'll see the grading criteria again, an outline of it to remind yourself if you need it. And below that then, you'll see a list of all of the students and hopefully all of their responses. Click Grade beside the student's name whose response you'd like to mark at that point. You can play it back as many times as you like, and then all you do is use these sliding scales here at the bottom to give the students a mark for each of the categories that you've chosen. You can include some written feedback here in this comment box, like so. And you can also record some audio feedback for your students as well. So to help with their pronunciation or to give them guidance on new phrases they can include, anything like that. You click Submit, and that's it done. The system will automatically generate a score for you based on the marks that you've given them, and the students will be awarded points automatically as well. So if I log back in as a student then to show you the last section of the speaking feature. So I'm back on my students' homepage, and I'm going to head to my assignments log on the right hand side here again. At the top here, you'll see that the assignments are grouped in 4 groups as such. There's to do, there's overdue, there's completed, and there's never completed. In this case, the student has completed their speaking assignment, so they click on completed. And here, they'll see a breakdown of the grade and the feedback that you provided them with. They can listen back to their response as many times as they like. They'll see the mark they received for each category and a breakdown of what that category looks at in terms of their response. They'll see their score, the number of points they received for that assignment, the written feedback that you provided them with, and your any feedback that you recorded for them. So your audio comment will be stored at the bottom here too. What this allows the students to do is it does allow them to build up a kind of library of responses to speaking assignments for them to look back and compare and see how far that they've come. And they'll be stored here forever, just as they will on your end too. And that is our speaking feature. I hope you find this video useful, and I do hope you enjoy using our speaking feature. It is still a relatively new feature, and we would still love to hear your feedback and any thoughts you have on it, so please do get in touch about that. Thank you so much. Bye.